Hi again, I am back today and going to film another tag video. This one is about perfumes that you've bought backups of, and it was created by Happiness Sparkles, which is a channel that I've only recently discovered somehow and have been lurking on so far, but do need to start commenting on. I will link that down below too, just in case you haven't seen it. So I think every perfume collector kind of has to make their own decisions about how they think about backups and, what they feel most comfortable with. It's one of those sorts of things where I think you just sort of have to make peace with your own gods, so to speak, and just figure out whatever works best for you. So I'm going to go ahead and share all of the backups that I have, some of which are more logical than others. Some of them are based on logic, some of them are based on emotion, and some of them don't make any sense. But here we go, let's jump in. The first one is the most practical, the most easily justifiable, because as you can see here, I am almost at the end of this 90 ml bottle, and this is Versace Bright Crystal. This is one of my favorite easy reach perfumes, wear it anytime, grab and go. And even though my collection has gotten a lot bigger over the years, this still stays in the rotation fairly frequently. And I can't remember if I've gone through another 90 ml bottle before this or if I just had a small like 30 ml, but I have gone through at least one 30 ml bottle of this before this one. So I have gone ahead and picked up another 90 ml ready to go. And so this seems obviously like a good idea. I know I'm going to break into this, so that's good. And I'll also just say, I have spoken about all these perfumes in other videos, so I won't describe them too much here, but we'll just sort of go through the backups and what made me buy the backup bottle specifically. So that is Versace Bright Crystal, backup number one. I could probably use another backup of that just in case. Second one is Dolce & Gabbana Lancome Paratrees. This is my favorite hot weather, like really hot weather perfume, and I've worn a lot of this. This is my second 100 ml bottle of this. The first one I got as a partial bottle and a swap way back when on Fragrantica, maybe 2013, 2014. It was one of my first swaps ever, and it was a blind swap, so I was really excited to like this. The first bottle I went through relatively quickly since I had a much smaller collection at the time, but I've made a pretty good dent in this one, even though my collection is much bigger now. So this is fairly reasonable. I think I've got one and two backups ready to go. This is also fairly affordable. I put out a price alert on this for I think whenever it fell under $30 or $40 and was able to pick these up at a good price. So these are ready whenever I need them, and that is Lancome Paratrees. The next one is BCBG Max Azrael. So you get the name here. And this one is, I don't know, this one is sort of on the fence as to whether it made sense or not. This is another perfume that I got in a swap and ended up really liking a lot more than I expected to. It's kind of like a Shirley Temple strawberry cherry perfume, sweet but not too sweet and really enjoyable to wear. I've got a 50 ml bottle here that I have, used up about half of. And I got a backup. Let's see if this is another 50 ml bottle. Oh, hello. And I think this is one of those things where I added it to my cart to get free shipping on FragranceNet, and it was, not too expensive. So I was like, okay, it makes sense to buy another one of these and just have it in case I want it later. So that is that one. Next one is from Guerlain. It is Aqua Allegoria Flora Nymphaea, and this is one of my favorite perfumes. When I had a smaller collection, I thought of this as my signature scent. I haven't worn a single perfume consistently enough to really say that I have a signature scent in a while, but I have used a good amount of this 125 ml bottle. This is the original bottle that I bought probably in 2014, so it's, a good long while that I've had this and not gone through a full bottle of. However, I was aware that these Aqua Allegorias do get discontinued fairly quickly, and while I was able to get them for a good price on FragranceNet, I think, they sometimes have these for under $50, under $40. I ended up getting two backups of this one. So another 250 mils of Flora Nymphaea. And I feel happy about this because this is one that I really have not been able to find since. Not that I have been intending to buy another bottle, but I've just been sort of looking out and being like, oh, okay, great call on buying those 2 backups when you could. So this is one that is pretty hard to find these days, and I'm happy to have these here because I do really love this perfume. I feel like it's one that I'm never going to stop loving, even as my tastes expand and I have new favorites. This is always going to be, I think, one that I love very much. And so this gives me some emotional, psychological security having those. The next one is one of my favorite cold weather perfumes. It is from Givenchy. It's Organza Indecence. So this is a really beautiful, milky, cinnamony, vanilla amber. So this is a 100 ml bottle that I probably purchased 2016, 2017. So again, you know, I haven't used that much of it. It's partially because it's pretty strong, so I don't need to spray too much when I do put it on. You know, you could do the math and see, you know, I've used up this much of the bottle in that many years, so will I ever need more of this? However, with this one in particular, this is a re-release of a perfume that came out in 1999 and came in a bottle that looks like this. This was re-released sometime in the 2010s, but it wasn't available for a long time in between there. And just hearing kind of the pain in the voices of people who loved this version encouraged me to seek out a backup of this just in case. So I did buy 100 ml backup of this one to have waiting in the wings in case I do need that, so I don't have to feel that pain of loss of Organza Indecence not being accessible anymore. I think this is fine. Next up is one that has been discontinued, and that is El de Lolita from Lolita Lympica. This is another sort of spicy, citrusy vanilla scent. It smells quite similar to Lyra by Xerjoff, and some say also to Muscave Jour by Frederic Malle. This, I hated at first actually, and I literally have photos on my phone of when I was going to sell this on eBay. I still have the photos saved there, but I revisited it some years ago and ended up really loving it that time. So I thought I would try to get another one while it was still available and not too expensive. So I was able to pick up another one of this same version with the gold netting, another 50 ml. Back when the prices were around, this was probably around $50. I don't know if they're still that price or if they've gotten more expensive, but this I thought was a good deal to pick up when it was available. And this was a new sealed box. You'll notice that all of the boxes have been opened, and that is just really because I always get a little bit paranoid that maybe a sprayer will be broken, even though I don't think I've ever received a full bottle of perfume with a broken sprayer. Nevertheless, I still always can't help myself. I need to open the package and just test it, make sure everything's okay before I pack it up again. Is that a good idea? I don't know, but it's what I do. Next is another discontinued one, and this is a celebrity scent. This is Selena Gomez Viva More. So I got a 50 ml bottle and happened to catch that kind of magic window of hearing that a fragrance is discontinued, but it's still very available for, you know, the regular prices. So I was able to pick up a second 100 ml gigantic bottle of this. This is a really fantastic, fun, fruity scent that to me smells just exactly like watermelon bubblicious in a really nice way. So feel very grateful that I was able to pick this up. I looked this up the other day, and you know, it's one of those situations where the prices are now in excess of like $150, $200 for a bottle of this if you can find it. However, if you can find this for a reasonable price, I highly recommend checking it out. It's a really fun one. There you go, they're too tall. There they are. Next, we have another one of my favorite kind of everyday easy reach perfumes, and that is Signorina by Salvatore Ferragamo, the original EDP. This is one that I've already gone through a full 50 ml bottle of, and you know, a good chunk of this 100 ml. This is another one that can be found for good deals if you happen upon them. So I picked up 1 and 2 more 100 ml bottles of that. And then this is kind of the, I don't know about this, guys. I don't know what I was thinking. I was on eBay someday and ended up buying this Signorina gift set that comes in this little like kind of leatherette train case in a blush pink color. I don't know if that's showing up, but it's kind of like that Burberry Her pale pink. And then on the inside, we've got another 100 ml and then a little shower gel. I overpaid for this. I don't know what I was thinking. You know, I do have, as we saw, 200 mils of this in backup already. I guess I thought the box was cute at the time and went ahead and was like, yes, I want more of this. So this is probably the silliest backup that makes the least sense right now. I don't know if I went like temporarily insane when I decided like, yes, this is something that I want to bid on. But there you have it. Live and learn, I guess. A rather expensive and quite probably unnecessary third backup of Signorina by Salvatore Ferragamo. Next up, and this one might come as a bit of a surprise to you if you've watched any of my recent videos where I kind of spoke about this perfume in a not so positive light, but Tom Ford Lost Cherry. I don't know, I think making those videos where I was kind of giving Lost Cherry a really hard time because of the price and to a lesser extent the silly name. Oh, it's really in there. When I made those videos, I actually had not worn Lost Cherry in, you know, the better part of a year, and so I think I was just going off of kind of a sense memory of my outrage of this 50 ml bottle costing or being priced at $350. And then after I made the videos, I pulled this one back off the shelf and started wearing it again, and it's really good. I actually really love this. And okay, so as I discussed, this I did not spend $350 on. I bought this from Sephora with a gift card, and that's really kind of the only reason why I own this. And then sigh. Okay, so then I was, you know, thinking about other cherry perfumes, thinking about how this one I just was liking more than any of the other ones, and saw this linked from Fragrantica. This was being sold on a store called Joma Shop, which, you know, it's not one of the major three, not the big three, Fragrance Net, Fragrance X, Fragrance Buy. These are so stuck in there. So it was one of the ones I never really thought about buying from before, Joma Shop, because I just feel like I've never heard anybody talk about buying from there for perfume. Did a little bit of research, and it just seems to be another one of those gray market sites, but more popular for things like men's luxury watches, maybe designer handbags, things like that, but not so much perfume. I just couldn't really find much information out there about it. But I figured I have a real bottle straight from Sephora to compare it to, in case anything goes wrong. I can kind of take it from there. This arrived. It is exactly like the one that I have right now, and the price was, I believe, around $260, $250, so still expensive, still pretty expensive for 50 mils, not $350 expensive, so not quite that stratospheric level of ridiculousness. And if you add that up together, I paid $50 with a gift card for this one. So, you know, in the $300 range for two of these is still expensive, but I can live with myself for that. This was definitely unexpected, but here we are, and I am not sorry to have a backup of this after all. Okay, the last one. The last one is Misty or Cherie. So this is that original 2015 2007 version that smells like strawberries and caramel popcorn. I find it a little bit champagne-y, a little bit lipsticky, and it does not, to me, smell like patchouli, which is a problem that I have with a lot of perfumes that contain patchouli. This one I think does in the base, but it still isn't patchouli-ish. That's not the point. This is fairly hard to find these days and rather sought after. So I had been on the hunt for a while for the 50 ml size, you know, reading the guides about what to look for to find genuine bottles, all that stuff. So this is the current bottle that I'm working on right now. And then I have 1 and 2 ready for me as well. So there are my Misty or Cherise. Okay, this is it. This is all of the perfumes that I have bought backup bottles for in my collection. If you are interested in filming this tag yourself, please consider yourself tagged and let me know. I would love to hear what you have to say. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys another time. Bye-bye.